We're gonna do a pink with a few touches of yellow for our theme. And I did a yellow gold carabiner clip. So we're gonna do gold jump rings and make the accent color gold instead of silver. So I'm gonna start with this part of the bag charm by using my yellow gold chain. I use these cutters and I'm gonna go ahead and cut this chain to the size that I want it to be. Now that I have my chain the size I need it to be, I'm gonna go ahead and add a jump ring to the bottom link. And this is the part I wanna show you because everybody's been asking about how I open up my jump rings using this ring that comes in the pack of jump rings that I have linked. But I just slip this onto my finger and I go ahead and use my fine tip needle nose pliers, and I'm gonna find the little opening on it, and I'm gonna put the opening at the top, and I'm gonna put the needle nose pliers at around 3 o'clock. Slip that into the opening, and I'm gonna just barely turn it to open it. I just wanna open it enough to fit whatever I'm putting on there through that jump ring. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the end of this chain onto my jump ring. So now I have my jump ring on my chain, and while it's open, I want to go ahead and put whatever charm I'm going to put on the bottom of this. This one I'm going to use this fun banana. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the banana on that open jump ring. So once my charm is on there, I'm going to go ahead and use my ring again, and I'm just going to close that jump ring. Once it's closed, it's pretty good, but I like to take my pliers and just slightly push that together. I'm not pushing hard because I don't want to change the shape of my jump ring, but I just want to make sure it has a nice close. And then I'm going to go ahead and even pinch it this way as well to make sure that it has a good close on it. Now I have my charm on the bottom of my chain, and I can decide what I want to put on this chain. I'm going to use this pink smiley face bead. So I go ahead and string that on my chain. Now I am ready to put my jump ring on the top of this chain. So I'm just going to do the same thing I did before, put my opening at 12 o'clock, my needle nose pliers somewhere between 2 and 3 o'clock. Slip it through the ring and slightly open it. And then I'm going to string my chain onto that opening. Once I have the jump ring on my chain, I'm going to go ahead and decide if I want to add a charm to the top of this, which in this case I do. I'm going to use this little pink heart, so I'm going to go ahead and add that onto the jump ring before I attach it to what I'm going to put it on. I shared these before, but I absolutely love these little mini carabiner clips. So this is what I'm going to use to put this charm onto. I'm going to go ahead and close this jump ring because I can put it onto that carabiner clip after it's closed. So again, I'm just using this ring to close my jump ring. I'm just going to open up this little carabiner clip and go ahead and loop that on there. So now I'm going to use some of this wide chain for the next piece that I'm going to add onto that carabiner clip. Because this chain is thicker, I'm going to use a little thicker and bigger jump ring to hold my charms on. So I'm just putting my jump ring in the opening and turning it slightly to open it. I'm going to add my charm and go ahead and put that onto my chain. Once my charm's on my jump ring, I'm going to go ahead and close that back up. Now I have my charm on my chain, and I'm just going to repeat that for the other charms that I want to add. So now I have my charms on this chain, and I'm going to go ahead and add it to my carabiner clip. That is so cute. And that is what it looks like. I'm going to do one more strand of chain. I'm going to use this chain I've never used before, but I think it's really cute. And just do a little shorter one on there. So I'm going to cut it to the length that I want it to be. I'm going to add my jump ring to the bottom link and go ahead and decide what charm I want to hang off the bottom. I'm going to use this cute star charm. So once I have that charm on there, I'm going to go ahead and close up that jump ring, and that's what that looks like. I'm going to go ahead and add my jump ring to the top. Because this chain is thick, I'm not going to really add any beads to it. So I'm going to go ahead and close that up. that to my carabiner clip. Now that I've got my 3 strands of chain on there, I'm gonna go ahead and add that to this carabiner clip and close it up. So now I can decide how long I want my ropes to be based off of these other charms. And I want it to hang just slightly below that. Now I can go ahead and put my knot in the bottom of this. I'm gonna go ahead and put my knot on both sides. So now that I have my knots on both sides and I'm confident in the length and where that's at, I'm gonna go ahead and cut just below the knot with my scissors. I'm gonna do the other side. So I'm just gonna cut slightly below the knot. So once I cut the ends, I do go ahead and use a lighter to light them, and I use my needle nose pliers to kind of press it into shape so that it looks good on the ends when it's finished. So after looking at it done, I decided I want to add one more charm to this link. I'm going to add that real quick. And I have these cute little gold initials, so I'm gonna go ahead and add another J to this one as well. Just take my jump ring and open it up, add my cute little J charm, just close up that jump ring. Here's what it looks like so far. And these teddy bears are so cute, so I just added him onto a chain with a jump ring that I can then string onto this chain. Or this is big enough that it can even go onto that carabiner clip with the rope. And that is the finished product. So I have my paracord one, and then I have this little carabiner clip with all these charm chains hanging off of it. And then all I have to do is hook them together. And now I have a back charm that looks like that. Here is the finished product. This can be removed and it can just be the chains, and you can even take some of them off because they're just on there with their own jump ring. That is my finished bag charm.